today's video is a good old get ready with me. I recently yesterday unboxed a lot of PRs, so there's a lot of stuff that I feel like maybe wasn't super duper exciting that I had to get up right away, but like I want to test it. So I have some new products, some old products, things that I just want to get on my face. I took a shower this morning, so to get ready for the day, I actually diffused my hair. I love days that I use a diffuser because my curls or my waves are so much more defined. I used my Life in Swift high-speed hair dryer. So today's video is sponsored by Life In. So for my hair out of the shower, I apply my curl creams, and then days that I want my waves to be more defined, I will pull out the hair dryer. So my favorite part about the Life In hair dryer are these extensions that they have, and the most important one for me is a diffuser. Okay, I'm obsessed with the diffuser. They're so easy to take on and off. It's just magnetic. But if you don't need a diffuser, they also have this extension as well, or you can just use it just like this. You know, this hair dryer is so lightweight, and even with the extension, it's not bulky at all. So my arm doesn't get tired using this. And you guys know I work out every morning, so sometimes my arms cannot hold this. With this one, it's good. And I feel like it dries my hair really fast. So what I do is I'll start off by getting a chunk of my hair, putting it on the diffuser, and then just holding it. And then I'll flip my hair over and do that again. And then to protect my hair from heat damage, it has a cold and hot circle mode. So by pressing this button for 2 seconds, you'll see the color changing around the ring, and that way you'll know what temperature you're putting onto your hair just by looking at the color. It also has settings for how much air you want. If you want it really hard, you have that setting, and then also something a little softer as well. And it's not too loud as well. Jose was sleeping this morning and I was still able to blow dry my hair. So on those days that you just want to put a little extra love into your hair, just like I did this morning, I definitely recommend the Life In Swift blow dryer. It's so sleek, and I'm so picky about hair dryers because most of the time I'm using my diffuser. So the fact that this has a diffuser, I'm using it all the time. So I'll have the link down below if you want to check out their website and see what they have. Let's get into it. Let's get into the makeup. So I have no clue how today's look is going to turn out. I hope it looks good. Can't really predict it when you have a full face of almost all new products. So I've recently been getting a lot of stuff from Rose Inc. in the mail. So I want to start digging into those products. So first we have the Rose Inc. Radiant Reveal Brightening Serum. I think this is more skincare. Yeah, but let's go ahead and try it. I do not test enough skincare on camera for you guys. I feel like I'm not a skincare expert, so I just don't talk about it too much. But I'd be testing skincare in private. This is really smoothing. Ooh, it feels nice. Now this you're supposed to apply before moisturizer, but it almost feels not as hydrating as moisturizer, but ooh. And I think it's supposed to, yeah, brighten the complexion with visible radiance, and it's not supposed to clog pores, which is a big issue for me. Okay, and this, like, unless it dries down, we'll see, it adds a nice luminosity to the skin. And then since I thought I had a moisturizer near me, I don't. I'm gonna use my Laneige Cream Skin Mist. This is like my all-time favorite product from Laneige, besides their lip sleeping masks. It's pretty much a moisturizer in a bottle. This is not new. I just love using it. Dalba has a good one of these hydrating mists that I love as well that you can get on Amazon. But I just love these hydrating mists for when I'm too lazy. Because I did moisturize my skin earlier, but I don't want to put another layer on. So while that's settling, another brand that I've been accumulating new products from that I haven't been testing too much is Jane Iredale, and I've been actually getting a lot of comments asking me to test Jane Iredale, and I thought, what a perfect way to ring in testing Jane Iredale with this funky looking foundation, which I need to get the Chanel version of this, by the way. So extra, but this is a good start into it. So this is the Hydro Pure Tinted Serum, so I guess we're gonna have a really natural glowy look. Let's see. It just looks so strange. I have the shade light to medium. Okay. Let me show you what it looks like at the top. Look at that. Okay. I'm going to use the Rose Ink number 3 foundation brush to apply it. Okay, so I feel like this is giving me no coverage at all. Like none. How am I supposed to apply this? Mix with fingers. Oh. My bad. I think you gotta to get the pigment, mix it. Sorry, I did not read the directions, but I feel like there's these balls of pigment that aren't coming off the cap. I don't know if you could see that or not. I don't know if this product is for me. Because it's giving serum, but it's not giving me foundation. Okay, this one actually has more coverage. Okay, maybe I just needed to mix it better, and those first 2 pumps weren't ready for me. It looks kind of chunky. I'm doing what it says. I have all types of serums on my face. I'm gonna look so oily. Okay, there we go. I can see definitely a little bit more pigment. Okay, this was a new product for me. Trial and error. But it still is giving super natural vibes. Like, what I'm thinking with this product is definitely good for teenagers, for one. But look, do you see that? Am I doing something wrong? I blended it like they told me. I'm new to Jane Iredale, so I did not want to start off our relationship on a bad foot. I mean, I've used a couple of their other products, but I've been dying to dive into complexion. I just don't think this formula is for me. I'm going to continue testing it though. This is just the first impressions, but no coverage at all. And these balls of pigment are looking gross on my face. Okay, give me some tips for that product, because surely I'm not using it right. Let me know. Okay, let's see what this concealer is all about. So Yensa, I feel like, is not a super popular brand that I'm seeing, but then again, I'm seeing in the comments that you guys are loving it. So if they have hidden gems, I want to share it with you. So this is the Super Serum Silk Concealer. I have mine in the shade Light 2. Let's see if this gives me a little bit more coverage, which I do want to be clear. Light coverage is not a bad thing, but literally no coverage with the balls of pigment pilling is a bad thing. Okay, and my nose. Okay, so I was badly behaved yesterday and was picking at my nose, and so it's red and disgusting. That is my own fault. Angie Hot and Flashy, A506 from BK Beauty. Ooh, this is giving a nice medium coverage, and I guess my skin is going for the natural look today, so we're gonna cheat that a little bit, and we're gonna apply the concealer a little bit more than I normally would, in more spread out places to make up for that tinted serum that was rather untinted. And then just blend it down. I feel like my cheeks are kind of red today, so I'm going to use a little bit more of this concealer just right here in these areas where I have discoloration. But honestly, I'm liking the way that this is looking. It's not super smoothing, but it does have a hydrated look to it while still providing a medium coverage. But I feel like it could build to a semi-full coverage. Very buttery, easy blend. I think I like this concealer. I'm going to use my Rem Beauty sponge. And I'm gonna just push it in to make it all look a little bit more skin-like. And then before we go forward with powder, even though I know I am glowing, I don't know in a good way, but lots of serum-y skincare products are on my skin, I want to do some brows while that kind of soaks in. So this is not a new product. I just grabbed this from my makeup collection, haven't used it in a while. The Benefit Goof Proof Brow Pencil, which is not a fave, but still deserves love. So I'm gonna brush my brow hairs up. Okay, now for brow gel, I do have another Jane Iredale product to try. This is the Pure Brow Gel in the shade Medium Brown. I normally don't like a tinted brow gel, but we'll mess around with this. Now, if you're new to my channel, I am so picky with brow gels, so we'll see. Unfortunately, I have to say this brow gel is probably at a disadvantage because it is tinted. It's not the brow product's fault that I don't like tinted, but I typically just don't like brow gels like this. But this is what I could find when pulling some Jane Iredale products to try. If you've tried from the brand, let me know your thoughts. What are some products that I need to test? I always see Lisa J Makeup using their products, and she's so talented with makeup and knows good product in my opinion, so I want to get into the brand too. What I don't like about tinted brow gels is I feel like I really can't get in there with the product because I'm going to make a mess. But I like that the tint of this isn't too overwhelming, but it's definitely adding some volume to the brows. Wait, I think I like this. This is literally adding volume. Ooh, I do need to clean up around my brows now because I can't keep them clean with the tint. I'm gonna let these dry before I can report on the hold, but at the very least, this definitely added some thickness and volume to the brows, which I like, so I think I actually like this. Okay, nice. I do have powder to try and set with from Jane Iredale as well. I don't even know what this is called. I'll put it on the screen. I think it's on the back of here because I put the powder. Well, let me poke it out. What a terrible makeup reviewer I would be to not let you know. I can't find something to poke it out, so it will be on the screen. I'm going to use a powder puff that I have from Amazon here, and let's see if this gives us some coverage. Ooh, it does. So this is like powder foundation-y, which I think powder foundations are so underrated, though I haven't been using powder foundations as much this year, which is unfortunate, but actually this is perfect for that tinted serum that I used since it didn't give me too much coverage, especially my forehead. It's pretty bare right now, so I'm going to really go in. This particular shade that I have, is a little pinky for me. People think that I have a cooler undertone just because I have pink in my skin, but my official undertone is neutral, but it can be a little bit warm. So like things that are made for warm skin tones look too warm on me, and then pinky stuff looks way too pink on me, but I'm like kind of leaning a little warm, so then cool tone stuff just looks so pink on me. Anyways, this set the makeup really nice, and I do feel like it added some coverage, so I think if this was the correct shade, I could be into this, but I think too heavy of an application could look a little drying, so I'm going to have to play around with this a little bit more. It would not look good on my under eyes, so I wanted something that's a little bit more lightweight, not something with coverage. So I'm actually going to dip into this Bobbi Brown Vitamin Enriched Pressed Powder. It's yellowy, so it's going to contrast not in the best way against that powder I just used, but we're working with what we got. I'm just going to use a little bit. I don't need coverage from this. I just literally need to set the Unset Concealer. Honestly, I can kind of use it to warm up the pinkiness in that powder. Okay, I'm going to have to pull out the other shades I have in this Jane Iredale powder. But this Bobbi Brown powder, super duper lightweight, great for setting under eyes. And it's yellow, so it's going to work a little bit as a corrector. It's super soft and thin. This powder, so good. Now for bronzer, I didn't have a new bronzer to try, so I thought I'd stick with an old tried and true. This is a Scott Barnes Bondi Beach bronzing powder. I love this bronzer. It was so underrated when it came out. So I'm just going to warm up the outskirts here. So I'm going to try a new, to me, blush formulation. How stunning does this blush from Koki look? This is their soft gradient blush in the shade Heartthrob. So it looks like you get like a lighter shade and then a shade with a little bit more depth. So I'm just going to dig in because this looks so pretty. I already know what eyeshadow palette I'm reaching to today, so I knew what cheek colors to go for already. I'm so excited for the palette I'm testing today. Okay, and then let's see if we go more towards the top, if we get a little bit more of a pop. I mean, a little bit, nothing crazy, but this is applying really, really nice. But one thing that you'll find from more affordable blushes is that they don't have longevity. So hopefully this has good lasting power because the application was really smooth. It does have a matte finish. I know, what is it? Glowy blushes are what's trending nowadays, but I like a good matte blush. You know, nothing a little highlighter can't brighten up. And speaking of highlighter, I have from a new indie brand, What's Up Beauty, the Serenity highlighters. Oh my gosh, if you haven't seen these yet, prepare your eyes. So here's the packaging of Safari Sunset. Look at this embossment. Let me see what the other shade, Wild Acacia. Let's see. So this one is like a little lighter, and then the other one is like pinky gold. Let's do the pinky gold one, Safari Sunrise. Gonna use my favorite Rare Beauty highlight brush. I'm just gonna mix these together and we're gonna see what we get. Are you ready? It doesn't matter if it's 2023 or 2016. It's still always satisfying to just put this little bit of glow onto the cheek. And I actually really love the way that this formula is looking. It doesn't have a lot of fallout. It has a little bit, but it's gliding onto the skin really smooth. Ooh, I like this, and I really like the packaging. I think that's also what's getting me. We like it. We like it a lot. Now, I am stoked for eyeshadows because if you saw my Pat McGrath holiday review, they actually sent me the wrong palette. So I got into contact with customer service and their customer service was super responsive. And so the palette that I was missing was the Bordeaux Bliss, and I have it, so we're gonna use it. And I was really bummed that this was missing because I love this color story. So let me pop on some eye primer. Well, I'm just going to use this Yansua concealer. I don't really have oily eyelids or anything, so I personally can get away with using concealer as an eye primer. But we'll see. This might crease. You don't know. This is a good way to really test the concealer as well, if you know what I'm saying. Okay, let's see. So the first shade I'm going to use is this one right here. It has a little bit of gold glitters in there, but I think they should just wipe away. This is a pretty mauve shade. So this is just going to go into the crease, and then I'm also going to run that along the lower lash line when I get my hands on a smaller brush. So I'm just using a Rephr brush for my lower lash line. And then for some depth, I'm going to use a light hand, but I want to see what this shade does. It has some glimmer in there. Now this is my first time using this palette, so this is a first impressions. So overall, the holiday collection for Pat McGrath, I definitely liked it, but it wasn't her best work. I am a fangirl, so there is a little bit of bias there. You know, I was still really happy to get the new palettes and for all of the pretty packaging. But in terms of need, like in this economy, you know, there definitely wasn't a need for this collection. But I do really love the formula of these little eyeshadows. Now, I will say with these eyeshadows, they've been a little inconsistent in performance. This eyeshadow, it's not blending the easiest, just the particular shade that I use. It's really, really dark, almost like a black base, so it's not blending out fantastic. But we're going to keep working it and blending it. So I don't love using that shade that I just used in the outer corner of the eye because blending it's kind of proving to be a little bit difficult. But that's okay because honestly, the big part about these palettes that are my favorite are the shimmer shades. So I'm just going to use both of these. We're going to start off with this middle shade right here. These do apply best with a finger. You can get away with a brush. And that is a con to these palettes because I do think it's important for a good formula to apply well with whatever tool you choose. But they are such a pretty formula on the eyes. And then of course I'm going in with the lightest shade on the inner corner. I want it to look really effortless, so I'm blending over the crease work that we did. I just think shimmer shades look pretty when they're kind of over blended. It looks more effortless that way. And then I'm going to use my initial crease brush that I used, and we're gonna blend the colors. And for an overall more glossy, glowy look, I'm going to use the lightest shade and run this along my whole lower lash line, leaving just a little bit of that outer corner color. And I love using a light shade along this lower lash line because I really feel like it opens up the eyes. But to bring a little bit of drama back, going into this shade, which is honestly not my favorite, but I just want to bring a hint of depth out here. Going to take an angled brush. We're going to dip it in the shade, which I think is going to work best as an eyeliner and not as an outer corner color like I first used it for. And then just going to pat that color on. I'm not looking for any crazy definition. I just want like a soft smoke along the lash line. If you struggle with eyeliner, eyeshadow is the way to go. So just softly press it. So I'm not going to dip into a brand new mascara. I'm just going to use the Lancome Lash Idol, which is in my current speed reviews drawer. And I'm going to pop on a quick pair of falsies and I'll be right back. Okay fam, so I popped on the velour lashes in Stargazing. I feel like they have a really pretty soft look to the hairs on here, which really tied in well to the soft eyeliner that I did. I also lined my lips with Jones Road, the lip pencil in mauve, and I'm so excited to try Ravie Beauty, which is Ali Glein's new makeup brand, and this is her first product. These are the Effortless Lips. They're supposed to be a sheer but buildable formula in colors that Ali just loves. So I think I want to do the shade Dahlia today. This is my first time putting these to the lips, but they're a really nice, slim packaging. Oh yeah, this is the perfect color. They smell like slightly sweet, but not overwhelming whatsoever. Okay, here we go. So again, Dahlia. So here's what the sheer layer looks like. It looks just like my lips, but better. It has like a little bit of a hydrated look as well. Okay, let's build it up. Oh yeah. Really comfortable, hydrating formula. Sheer but buildable, as she said. And I think all of these colors look really wearable. So Lily right here is kind of a pretty nudish shade. And then, oh my gosh, on her reveal video, the shade Tulip looked incredible on her. It gives you just life to the face. It won't look good with my look right now. Dahlia is the way to go, but I love kind of mauve-y colors like this. Great everyday lip. These are hydrating. I don't need to put an oil over them, but I do also want to try the new e.l.f. Glow Revival lip oils that I received in PR. I tried them on my Instagram story, which if you're not following me on there, you snooze, you lose. You don't get to see it. But let's just add a little extra hydration, I guess. Let's do the shade Rose Envy. So that story is the only time that I've tried these. I just want to try them more. So they have like a minty scent to them. And they're different than the Dior. Like the packaging is similar, but Dior has a thicker feel to it, which you actually might like this better. I personally think I prefer the Dior, but this is also nowhere near the price of Dior. But it does add a pretty glow. It's definitely not as wet and Reflective as my all-time favorite clearance. But for $8, it feels really good for an $8 one, which I saw one of you comment like $8 for e.l.f. Gone are the days that their products are $1, unfortunately, but still a lot more affordable than what these brands are charging nowadays. Did you see, I reviewed this earlier in the week, Haus Labs launched an eyeshadow palette, right? There's 2 shades in my cart, and I thought they looked so beautiful I didn't even look at the price, because surely I did not expect them to be $50 each. I had a $30 gift card that I applied to it, and she was like $70, and I was like, $70? How much are these? $100 for both of those. Insane. Anyways, you can check out that review. I just scratched the heck out of my face, but you can check out that review if you're interested. But here is the look. It's like natural, but a little like smoky in a way because of the eyeshadow. Oh my gosh, this look actually turned out stunning. Okay, give me a second. I want to gather my thoughts about these products, and we're going to kind of rank them. First impressions rank. Okay, so if you're new to my channel, every time I try a product for the first time, it goes into my speed reviews drawer and stays in that drawer until I can actually put it in a speed reviews, which is a series that I do where after I've tested these products for multiple times in multiple ways with multiple other products, I can give you my final review. So make sure you're subscribed to my channel because these will absolutely be in a speed reviews after I've used these more, because this video was full of first impressions. But at the end of first impressions videos, I like to kind of give you love at first use, unsure, need to test more, and don't like. So let's start off with what I think is going to end up being a love in my future speed reviews. It is still first impressions, but I got a feeling on this first use, I'm going to love these. So first is actually really surprising. I did not expect to have such a positive reaction of this. This is the Bobbi Brown Vitamin Enriched Pressed Powder in this obnoxious like yellow shade, but it was phenomenal for setting my under eyes. It's such a thin powder, really is traceless. I feel like this could be good if you have oily skin. It doesn't leave like a powdery look as well. Dry skin too, honestly. So random, but loved this on first use. Okay, I kind of knew I was gonna love this. We'll see about longevity. Cannot speak on longevity, but this is the Koki Soft Gradient Blush. Applied beautiful, a beautiful color. Same goes with this highlight from What's Up Beauty. It just had such a pretty smooth application and this glow. Gorgeous. And this embossment. Gorgeous. And then the Ravie Beauty Effortless Lips. Truly everything that Ali described them to be. I feel like I'm going to enjoy all of these colors. Very comfortable, great for every day. So yeah, these I have no complaints about. Now the next few products, like I'm pretty sure I like them, but I do need to test them more. So first we have the eyeshadow palette. You definitely heard some complaints that I had about this. You know, this shade is a little difficult. It is a little difficult to blend, but overall I got this really effortless, kind of sultry, but still really wearable look, which is what I love about this formula from Mcgrath. It looks so effortless on the eyes and is so pretty and shiny. So even though sometimes this formula can be a little difficult to work with, the end result of these is always really soft glam-like, and this color story I love. So it's not perfect, but I really like it. Same goes with this concealer. I'm really feeling this concealer. I just recently included their foundation in a speed reviews, but it's giving really good coverage. It's looking quite soft on the face. It's early yet, so we'll see. And surprisingly, was very much into this Jane Iredale brow gel. It added really nice volume to the brows, which is very rare for a brow gel. And the hold, I would give it a medium. It's not to my standards of a brow gel, but for being tinted, I love the way that this made my brows look. So for a tinted brow gel, I'm speaking highly of that. And then the powder foundation, or whatever this is called, I'm pretty sure I like it. The e.l.f. lip oils so far are catching me as not the world's greatest lip oils, but certainly worth it for an $8 pickup. I need to test more colors. I need to really see the pigmentation on these, but I still am using my clearance, but I get it. You probably don't want to pay the clearance price. And then, way too soon to say about this Rose Inc Radiant Reveal Brightening Serum. It left my skin looking pretty hydrated and glowy though, so I did like how it looked, but it's about how it looks after I've used this for longer. Okay, and then the one product where I don't think I'm gonna end up liking it, unfortunately, is the Jane Iredale Hydro Pure Tinted Serum. You saw me on the struggle bus with this, so if you have any tips, let me know. What did I do wrong? I really want this to work for me because it looks so cool. Okay, I mean, that's all I have. Thank you guys so much for getting ready with me. I honestly love the way that my makeup turned out. It's like natural, but still really put together, but also not natural at the same time. And again, a huge thank you to Lifein for sponsoring today's video. Definitely, if you want to have a good hair day, look into their Swift Blow Dryer. Really is, I feel like it's a luxury hair dryer. I love it. So I'll have the link for that down in the description box. And yeah, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Make sure you guys are subscribed to hear about these products again in an upcoming speed reviews. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye guys, have a good one.